and welcome to the Field of Streams, where I, your host, Janine McRae, bring you the tiny thoughts that stream from my brain and present them to you as though they're a special "your photo has been taken" detector that automatically blurs out your face in photos it instinctively knows you would not like of yourself and would not like published on the internet. You look nice today. Now, I can't promise you much with these missives, but I can promise you this. I won't keep you long. I really do try to stick to that. If you like what you hear, feel free to share it with a friend. I won't hold that against you. But for now, let's get into it. When I originally wrote what you're about to hear, I think I must have fallen down a Norm MacDonald hole of interviews and comedy observations. It's a great hole to fall down, and I thoroughly recommend it. This happens from time to time when I get reminded about how great and thoughtful he was. And funny, of course. He was an American comedian, if you don't know. This falling down the hole period was probably 6 months after he passed. But Norm, I just loved how his mind worked, and he was regularly one of my favourite guests on Letterman, which is the first place I ever saw him, watching The Late Show in Australia. I had no context of all his SNL work. We didn't get that in Australia when I still lived there. Anyway, the inspirational spark that set off this piece of writing was this. I had stumbled across an interview Norm had had with Larry King, the, I don't know what you would call him, talk show host, I guess. Yeah, talk show host, where Larry was saying how he had a fear of not existing. In reply, Norm told him about the Russian poet and writer Vladimir Nabokov and him finding a photograph. And I won't spoil the story because I talk about it in the post, which I'm about to read to you. But that was the thing that I riffed off for this episode, and gird your loins because here we go. Oh, and if you want to watch the Norm and Larry interview that inspired this, I'll put a link in the description and timestamp to the section. So now, without any further development of this photograph in the darkroom of my mind, here is the post. Is exposure existence? There will be photos where I exist and photos where I don't. Photos are not life, but can tear holes in the cosmos with a glance. When will I be? Where did I go? Was I ever there? Will I ever be? There are times when I was not because I simply did not exist. Not here, here, arrived, gone. The before times, the after. I did not and will not know myself at either time. Once upon a video time, which is just a photograph that moves, the talk show host Larry King confessed to comedian Norm MacDonald that he had a fear of not existing. This seems very specific. There is the fear of death, or of how you'll die, and if it will be painful or not. But not existing seems a much sharper blade on the reaping scythe. It brings in the meaning of it all, the punch clock point, the rub. Norm the thinker. As a way of allaying fears, Norm begins to tell Larry a story about the writer Nabokov seeing a picture of his mother and sister before Nabokov was born, before he existed. I stop there. I stopped there because there was also a time before I existed. There is a photograph of my parents and my brother, happy and young and unaware of my future existence, of who and what I will be, of when I will arrive. The if of me. If I will be of consequence is of no consequence to them, because in this photo I do not exist, and they are neither happy nor unhappy about it. They know nothing of it, and when I am gone, neither will I. Again. Water flows, time ticks, existence expands to the very edges of my page. This is the where you are or were, and the where you are not now or anymore. How can this be? I say to you, how can it not? Present, then unpresent. We should not fear this, but we do. We are afraid of so many things. Love the photographs, but don't put too much stock in them. This is easy to say. Easy to say when you don't exist and you're not the one left behind. It does not take into account when a photograph might be all that someone has of you, all they have to hold on to. But know this. Photographs are a modern construct that both prove and disprove life in equal measure. Memories are unreliable and fade, but you could also say memory is a far better record. Less factually honest, perhaps, but kinder. Memory sloughs off the rough edges over time and gives us an outline of a person's existence. Without the red eye, without the desaturation of time, without the poor lighting and rule of thirds transgressions. One day, when I no longer exist, a long time from now, I hope, I'd like you to forget the mole on my chin. I would like you to forget my relentless freckles and my scraggly hair and the up and down photographic record of my weight and poor fashion choices. I was there, but I am not there, in that photograph. But use it as you will. You have my permission. Photos are not everything. They have not been the essential element to the record of humanity, though they do help speed things along. Did those who came before the photograph not exist? Of course not. Drawings, you say? There were drawings and paintings, which are photographs of sorts. And literature. Hieroglyphics. Those are word photographs. That's what stood for proof in ye olde times. But why do we need proof? Isn't living enough? Photos live in the past. Existence lives in the now. We are air. We are vapour. We are the before, during and after. Should I look at the photo of my father, mother and brother and think I am less here now simply because I was not there then? And my mother, is she less here simply because she is now gone? Another tear in the cosmos? It's all perspective. I was not there. I am here now, but still not there in that photograph. I was not there. I am here now, but still not there in that photograph. I am here now, but will not be later. It is the same for everyone. Hold the photograph, but hold it in your mind long after you hold it in your hand. The photo is merely a touchstone or a trigger to unlock the door, but it is not the real. It is an unreliable narrator to the story we tell ourselves and each other. They were here. You felt them. You are here. Be felt. Life goes on. I appeared, and one day I shall disappear. I might have a say in it, I might not. Every day we wake up is a miracle. Every day we wake up is another photograph. Are you existing merely to be photographed, or are you ignoring the lens and just getting on with it? We exist through our actions and the impact of those actions upon others. Empathy, compassion, love, anger, yelling at clouds, and so on. Photographs are only a small capture mechanism in the big picture of it all. People's houses burn down, and with them, photo albums. Hard drives die, but people's memories do not. Both Larry and Norm no longer exist, yet here I am watching them talk. What worry do either of them have now? None. Zero. Zilch. There's no point worrying about when you'll die or cease to exist anymore. That is, to put it bluntly, a waste of your unlimited, limited time. The absence of your existence affects those left behind, but you won't know anything about it. Don't waste a second of your life worrying about the future absence of you from it. You are simply no longer in that picture. To exist at all, you must exist in the now, not the later, not the eventually, the now of this very minute. You must exist in every breath and stress the exhale to the world. I exist, therefore I am doing things. Sure, take a photo of me for your records, but know that I don't need it as proof of my life. If it brings you comfort, I give it gladly. I give it with joy, chin mole and all. I will not take my existence for granted. I will not take yours for granted either. I will wake up. I will move on. I will go. I will continue to type into this machine to make it so. This is my photograph. Put it in the cloud. Feel free to yell at it from time to time. And there you have it, today's episode. Remember, we exist outside the photograph, and also we do not. Work that one out. Let's wrap this up. Have you been creative lately? Made anything? I share these missives to show my creative process and the sometimes half-baked outcomes, with the hope that by doing that, it might inspire creative folks to get out there and make something of their own. If you enjoyed this little meander through my brain, feel free to share it with a friend, and be sure to follow the podcast so that you never miss an episode. And if you enjoy my writing, sign up for my newsletter at janinemccrae.substack.com. But for now, until next we meet, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.